We're joined by the Rabble Rousers head coach, Matt Feye. And Matt, thanks for giving us a couple of minutes. And this has been a really challenging time and a difficult time for coaches across the country. So, what have been some of the biggest challenges for you over the last couple of weeks dealing with the team and trying to stay in contact with them?
Yeah, so what's been the biggest thing for most challenging for us this week is we were actually supposed to leave for Daytona Beach NCAA College Nationals today, and unfortunately we will not be able to attend this year. So that has been the biggest challenge because nobody's really going to see all of the cadets' hard work that they put into this competition because throughout the season we always support other teams and we're always at other events. So for them not to be able to showcase what they actually do all year is kind of heartbreaking, not only for us, but for the cadet athletes as well. So.
Well, you guys are a team that competes on a lot of fronts, and you support a lot of other teams. And you guys have a very big presence on football game day. So, what does a typical football game day look like for the Rabs and for you as the coach of the Rabs?
All right. So what we do on Friday is I will sit the team down and we'll have a team meeting before practice and I'll create pamphlets for them. And on those pamphlets, it'll walk through day, hour by minute on what to do for a game day. So we'll walk through that pamphlet first. And then once we're done walking through that, we'll go ahead and actually execute everything on that pamphlet minute by minute. So we'll start warming up all of our pyramids, all of our stunts, all of our tumbling, everything that needs to be done for pregame. And what it is it's really just to get the team mentally prepared because that's what cheerleading is. It's mentally preparing for something for the next day. So I just want to make sure that I set them up for success. And as soon as everything's done, warming everything up and actually executing everything that we're going to perform on game day, I'll go ahead and sit the team down and we'll do a little bit of goal setting. So on that pamphlet, it'll say personal goals, it'll have team goals, and then it'll have stunt partner goals. And they'll kind of just take a few minutes and fill that out. And what that does is it'll set a goal for them. And then that way they see that their progression is actually growing throughout the year, throughout the season. So once the practice is done on Friday, we'll move on to game day. So we have a team meeting 6 hours prior to kickoff. And at that team meeting, we'll just do a last minute check to make sure everyone has all of their equipment needed, make sure that everyone is, again, mentally prepared for a game day. We'll also have breakfast. And then as soon as breakfast is done, everyone parts their separate ways and they'll start getting game day ready. So for females, that's doing their hair, their makeup. And then for males, they most likely sleep most of the time. And then they'll just throw on their uniform and they'll be ready to go. So as soon as that's done, we will, 4 hours before kickoff, we will warm everything up again. So we'll go minute by minute on game clock and we'll warm up our stunts, our pyramids, our tumbling, and anything that we're a little bit iffy on, we'll go ahead and take out and we'll make sure that they are executing everything at 100%. So after that, 2 hours before kickoff is we have the Black Knights Walk, which is a great tradition here at West Point. And what that is we will meet the team up at gate 3 at Mikey Stadium, and we will escort them all the way down to gate 1. And then that's when they walk into their locker rooms, and it's kind of just cheering them on and getting the team and getting the crowd pumped up and ready. So I have a separate section actually departing for the Soups tailgate at the same time. So they'll perform at the tailgate, and then I'll send other individuals up to different lots, and they will hand out stickers, take pictures, see little kids, just kind of get the crowd ready for what's about to happen here at West Point. So after that's all done, we will meet for our final warm-up with 1 hour on the clock, and that is when we will meet on our sideline. And again, that's just to get the team mentally prepared because they're going to be cheering in front of the core, in front of other individuals. So we want to make sure that the skills are nice and crisp and ready to go. So throughout game day, so once kickoff happens, we will cheer all 4 quarters. And then once the game is over, we will then head back to the team room and we'll have a team meeting. And anything that that fell during game day, the team has to throw 3 times in order to leave for the day. So it's a pretty long day. It's pretty stressful, but I personally love a good game day, and so does the team.
You guys get a lot of attention on game days, but you mentioned the Daytona trip that unfortunately got canceled for you guys this year. That's a time where you guys are in the spotlight and you guys get to compete. So what are some other things we can look forward to for next year when competition rolls back around again? Are you doing the Daytona trip again? Or what are some other trips you guys have planned where you guys can compete next year?
Yeah, that's a great question, Zach. So cheering in college is a little bit different than cheering in high school because for college, our main focus is game day. So we only compete once a year, and that happens at NCAA College Nationals. So in order to go to nationals, we have to qualify at camp. So we will be having our NCAA instructors coming in August, and we'll be having a home camp in order to qualify to go to nationals next year. So fingers crossed that we will get a bid and we will be headed to NCAA College Nationals again next year.
Well, I know one of the events other than NCAA College Nationals that you guys are looking forward to next year, the Army Navy routine. You guys put on an amazing routine at the Gala every year. And I remember this past year, and you were ecstatic, and the Rabs were on point, and we could tell by your reaction. So, how much work and practice goes into that one routine for the Army Navy weekend?
So believe it or not, there's a lot of work that goes into that routine. So what we'll do is, again, we strictly focus on game day and football and appearances throughout the fall. So as soon as August is done and we're pretty much prepared for football, we'll go ahead and switch gears into preparing for the Army Navy Gala routine. So for that, what we'll do is we'll practice piece by piece different stunts that are going to go into the routine. And once we have a solid stunt sequence and solid pyramids, we'll then start choreography for our routine. And that typically will take us into the month of November. And by November, we should be doing full outs, which is doing all of our tumbling, all of our stunts, our cheers, our basket tosses, our pyramids, everything needed for that one routine, which is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So there's a lot of practice, a lot of time. And then we will have, so the week before Army Navy is actually what we call in the cheer world Hell Week. And that is when we will walk through everything that we're going to be doing for the gala, whether it be Battle of the Bands, and then as soon as Battle of the Bands is done, we'll prepare for our gala routine. So I will have the cheerleaders dance for an hour because that's how long the Battle of the Bands is, and then we'll throw our routine once because as you know, you only get one shot. So there's a lot of practice, a lot of time, and a lot of effort that goes into putting that routine.
Well, you've been the Rabs coach for I think 3 or 4 years now. You've been able to be around them, and you've had some highlights going to college nationals and going to Daytona last year. All the Army Navy games. What sticks out as the highlight as the coach during your time?
So for me, I guess the biggest highlight is actually taking the team to NCAA College Nationals for the first time since 2006, because they really haven't had that competitive level yet. So coming in and actually reinforcing that, hey, y'all are good. We can be competing at this Division I level just like every other team has really been the biggest highlight for me. And just knowing that, hey, we're not going to settle because here at the academy we strive to be the best, and I'm going to push them to be the best they can be. So that's been the biggest highlight for me personally.
Well, Matt, we thank you for a couple of minutes, and we can't wait to get back to West Point and see you and the Rabs on the sideline at the next home football game.
Yeah, we can't wait either. And go Army, beat Navy.